How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, I'm gonna get a show on really quick.
Got to do the right thing. We blew it.
Okay.
May have been a mistake of the head, not the heart, but whatever it is,
So
I'm going to do the right thing.
you said that it has been confirmed that Putin was personally involved in hacking in the process of our election. And then
it's all over. It's all over XM Radio. Yes,
and
Putin was personally involved with the hacking of the DNC and the RNC.
With what evidence?
It's all on the news now, and you're going to hear more about your Trump guy coming out. Because let me tell you something. Quite honestly, it's an old peanut barker trick. You know, they did it to you last time. Ronald Reagan pulled it last time on you with the air traffic controller. See, let me tell you, they did studies on what moves black people, music, what moves white people, hate, what moves Chinese people, what's that? Honor. They did studies. It's the old trick being done on you over and over and over again. And you fall for it. The thing about it is that you fall for it every time. And so here's a guy who won't show his taxes. And let me tell you something. Every presidential candidate throughout history, even Pence, released their tax returns. The reason Donald Trump's not releasing his taxes, and let me tell you why, is because he doesn't want you to know who he does business with. Because remember this, China won't loan him any money. That's why he hates China. Remember when Chinese loaned him money before and American banks loaned him money before? What happened? He went bust. They're still trying to get some of the money off the bankruptcies that he fucked up. So he went to Russia, to the oligarchs, and Russia ain't got money. And this is what he's hiding. Matter of fact, if he becomes president, we'll have a president who's compromised. Now, the question is, why do we not like Russia? Here's the question. I'm going to tell you why. Well, back during the Iran-Contra scandal, okay, Russia put missiles in Cuba. Right pointed right at the United States. And during the Vietnam War, Russia supplied the Vietnamese with not only weapons, but with artillery to kill American soldiers. So the Cold War is nothing new between Russia and the United States. It's nothing really new. So my dad was getting shot by Russian bullets. Okay? So this is why we don't like Russia. Another thing, Russia is very much, one thing you don't know about Russia, they're oil rich. Okay? So we compete around the world with Russia for resources. We compete. We're in opposition of them.
Well,
right?
I wouldn't necessarily. Okay, so here's the thing on Russia is that recently, with Vladimir Putin's term almost over, I studied this for a very elaborate period of time last year. The reason why, and you know how we had that oil crisis kind of going downhill. The reason why we did that, it was mainly because of Russia, and that was because Vladimir Putin was threatening to go out with a bang because his term's almost over. And so the reason why we did that is because we flooded the oil market. And so that would drop the prices because oil is the main import and export of Russia.
Well, no, we didn't flood. What happened was the Saudis.
Saudi Arabia and the United States of America.
Listen, listen, facts mean everything.
Okay, so
Saudi Arabia flooded the market because remember this, we have oil in this country, but if Saudi is doing $15 a barrel, why should we try to pump oil and refine it for $35 a barrel? We can just buy it off the Saudis for $15 a barrel.
Okay,
so it's not cost effective to pump it and refine it here. So we simply buy it off of them. So the oil has went down in this country because Saudi has been flooding the market with cheap oil, which is a good thing because it's prospering with us and it's just a good thing. But
it's a really bad thing.
But see, I want to stay on white people and Trump and what moves white people.
I'm a white person. I'm with Trump.
And I understand. Listen. Mm-hmm. When I say something, I'm not against white people.
Yeah.
I just understand what moves them. How can Trump what you call a barnacle con man? Always has been, and he's good at what he does. He's not stupid whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
It's called the shell game. Okay, where is the peanut? Is it in the middle? Is it on this end? This thumb? I mean, he's palming the motherfucker. Okay, he's palming. Let me tell you something. Here's something else. This is how this country has totally fucked up. Do you know during when that black Miss America, what was her name? Vanessa Williams, became Miss America, right? They found naked pictures of her. And what they do to her? When they found naked pictures of Vanessa Williams, what did they do when she was crowned Miss America? What did this country do to her? They took it away from her. They decrowned her. They took it away. Listen,
your responsibility.
You find naked pictures of Melania Trump, right? And you applaud that. You see the shell game? You see the difference? How you're being influenced? You see how you can go. Listen to this.
Are you implying racism?
Listen. You bring up Muslims, right? You bring up Muslims.
So,
the Muslims are. Listen to this. The Muslims are going to do this. They're going to do that. We got to watch out for them, and we're going to take America back. We're going to do this. Everybody knows take America back, which means let's make America white again. But listen to this.
That's incorrect.
This country, go to Texas, right? Try to walk up to one of those sheikhs who's doing business in this country, and you're a white man talking about get off there. They're gonna lock your ass the fuck up. They'll lock you. See, it's a barnacle trick. You've been had. You've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. Run amok. You know what I mean? Run astray. So, I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, so am I gonna get a chance to respond?
Go ahead.
Okay, so first thing you talked about some Miss America winning Miss America and then her crown, she being decrowned. And then you tried to compare that to Melania Trump. So what I can only assume is that you were implying racism. However, Melania Trump isn't white. She's Czech Republic. You are aware, right?
No. Let me tell you something about. You have to understand the history of white people. I'm a little older than you. When white people's numbers get low, they tend to adopt other people. Remember this. I remember when the Irish came to this country. The Irish, right?
I'm Irish. Mm-hmm.
The Irish were considered like a nigger. And you can go back and you can look it up. It would say, no niggers, no Jews, and no Irish need not apply. Mm-hmm. Now I can post that on Facebook for you. You can ask your grandfather about it.
No, I know.
Because what happened with the Irish, when the Irish when they were fighting England, what you don't know, they looked at the Irish like animals. Irish would paint their face, okay? They would paint their face like war paint. You know, like they're going to war. So they would paint their face with war paint, okay? They would carry axe, they just going to fuck you up. So what happened was when the blacks came to this country, they said, well, we have a lot of free slaves here. So let's adopt the Irish. So you got adopted. So you now were adopted into white culture. Now, who took over? Who did they down after that? They did the Italians. Well, the Italians, they became what you call the WAP, the guinea. You follow me? You know, because the Italian became the guy. He was lower, just like a nigga. You know, he came over there. You guys were fucked by niggas, by what's his name with elephants. You know, but when the numbers got low again, what they do to the Italians? They adopted the Italians. Okay, and that is the culture. Now, what's happening with Russia is that you now want to adopt Russia because you found out that Russia has one of the largest white hate groups in their country and growing. Russia.
That's not why we adopted Russia.
Listen, I'm telling you why Trump's adopting Russia.
That's why you think.
That's why Trump's adopting Russia.
Here's why we really adopted Russia.
The largest growing hate groups.
Do you want to know why we really? No, No, that's not why we adopted Russia.
Listen,
you want to know why we really adopted Russia?
Why
you can tell me everything that you want.
The barnacle trick
you
is
don't think...
being played on you. But go ahead. Let me hear your analysis. I gotta hear this.
Okay, so you're thinking that we only adopted Russia because that they have some sort of hate group going on over there. That's incorrect. Russia is one of the strongest powers in the country because they're so big and because they're so powerful. That's why we like Russia, and that's why we want Russia.
No, we don't like Russia. We've never liked Russia. Russia's always been
like Russia. Obama's never liked Russia.
Up NATO.
Obama's never liked Russia.
Do you understand, kid, that Russia wants to fuck NATO up and our allies up? Look, what the fuck's going on?
Okay, so hold on. Are you just assuming that you're?
Do you understand that Russia wants to destroy our NATO partners? What is wrong with you people? Russia don't like us. Let me tell you something, man. What was the last president of Russia? He said, we're going to bring America down without firing a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. I was a kid. We're gonna bring your country down without firing one shot. Now all of a sudden, here is our arch enemy and always has been, and we're supposed to align ourselves with them, a crooked country like Russia who kills journalists. That's Vladimir Putin. He's known for killing journalists. They're known for being run by what you call oligarchs, who is more powerful than the mafia.
It's the same thing for third world countries, yet Hillary still said
they're a crooked fucking country. Okay, he went into what's his name and just invaded that fucking country.
Turkey.
You know, we don't deal with people. We don't deal with bullies and thugs and that type of shit in this country. And now we got this straw man, which you voted for, okay, who is now wants to sell the country out to Russia.
Does he?
You don't even see it.
In what way?
See it. It's amazing.
I see it.
It's amazing.
I see it.
No. You don't see it. And this is why Vladimir Putin loved. Let me tell you something. Vladimir Putin hated George Bush. Russians, they hated Ronald Reagan. We've never been aligned with that country. They're not with us.
Okay,
we're fighting for resources. And we got the resources. We got the power. And
how do we have the resources and the power?
Russia want what we got. Their economy is fucking crappy.
With Obama in power, America's became the biggest joke with Obama in power.
You're willing to give up, man. You're willing to give up all your rights with that fucking clown barnacle, Donald Trump.
That's wrong.
So that you can align yourself with Russia. Well, listen, kid. Damn, my phone tends to act up.
I can hear you still. You're good to go.
Yeah, but this phone. Anyway, kid, I'm about to go to work. You know, I gotta still make a living. But I just want you to do your history up on Russia.
No, I definitely do.
And how we oppose Russia and how we still oppose Russia to this day, and why. And Trump now wants to bring down NATO. You're talking about destabilizing that whole region over there.
That's wrong. That whole region is destabilized already.
No. You ain't seen, kid. You want to see destabilization?
Stop assuming that I'm younger than you means that I'm not as knowledgeable as you, because I can see already that I have a very high intelligence level.
Kid. No, they're not.
From what I'm looking at right now is
you want to see destabilization. You take NATO. You take our allies in NATO out the picture, and you will see true destabilization.
If we take all of our allies and everything else out of the picture, we will see true destabilization. But that's a hypothetical situation.
No. This is what this clown Trump.
Okay.
Oh, you want to know what else he wants to do? How about this one? He wants to drop taxes from 39.5% down to 30%. Now ask yourself, what would that do? Well, first of all, listen to me. Nothing's a free ride. You're talking about credit cards going up.
Standards,
right? You're talking about mortgage rates skyrocketing. Credit card rates skyrocketing. This guy is fucking nuts, man. He don't know what the fuck he's doing. He appointed some black guy in charge of housing who said, I don't know nothing about running government. He appointed Rick Perry in charge of energy, and during the debates, he talked about he wanted to get rid of the fucking EPA. So you're looking at a fucking crazy man. And again, white people have been hoodwinked. bamboozled, run amok, run astray.
Okay, so
You've been suckered. You gotta
So-
go. Been suckered again.
okay, so
Been suckered again.
what I see from that is that he's definitely you're definitely race baiting in a term of you're against racism, but you're continually calling out white people for voting for Donald Trump. That's what I see as the first
Hey, listen.
problem.
Hey, listen, I'm calling you out because that's who voted for him, and he's gonna fuck you over. He's not gonna create
White
any
women
fucking
voted.
jobs. Well, he's not gonna. That fucking carrier thing.
Mhm.
The union president came out and said he lied. I knew he lied.
Lied
He's not
about what?
creating no fucking jobs. He just gave a company $7 fucking billion of that state's money to keep
No.
800 jobs there.
Oh,
Again, you've
4
been
days ago,
hoodwinked.
China invested,
You've been had.
Chinese investor just invested $50 billion into the United States of America, creating 50,000 jobs. So I wouldn't be saying that he's wasting America.
Barack Obama created 100. Barack Obama created
Welfare rate increased so high. Whenever Barack
and
Obama,
98,000 jobs per quarter.
the welfare rate.
Barack Obama, I'm gonna say it again. Barack Obama, that's why I'm working now, and we're all working.
You're not
Barack
working
Obama,
because of Barack Obama.
my portfolio for the last 8 years looks great. And guess what? Most of the white guys I work next to, their portfolio looks magnificent too. Wall Street made money. Barack Obama created 197,000 jobs per quarter, okay, without the help of the Senate nor Congress. So,
Okay,
kid, don't tell me about what's better and how this economy is moving. This economy is moving great. I work for the ports of Philadelphia. We are bringing in steel, plywood, cocoa beans, cars.
That's not because of Obama.
People are buying shit. Well, guess what? Soon as that asshole takes office, I'm holding on to my pocketbook because I know he's gonna crash the economy. He's gonna fuck my portfolio up. I know what he's gonna do. Listen, because Republicans always fuck the economy up. You can't do the shit that you can do and sustain a country. It doesn't work. That fucking trickle-down economics bullshit, it does not work.
What evidence?
George Bush Sr. called it voodoo economics. It doesn't work.
What evidence?
I keep telling you people that, okay?
With what evidence?
But you keep voting in these people who want to take away, who want to privatize Social Security, take away your Medicare. In other words, give you a fucking voucher for grandma, and when she's sick, she's got $5,000 or $8,000, and the bill is $50,000. What is wrong with you people? You're fucking
I'm only
crazy.
Since you don't like Donald Trump, you like Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders, right?
Hey, listen. I like people who will take care of the country in a fair, because running the country is not running a fucking business that he couldn't even run because they all went bust. Donald Trump's, oh yeah, by the way, his wife, she's moving her business to Ethiopia, not to America. No, his daughter. I'm sorry. Let me requote. His daughter. She's about to move all her business from China to Ethiopia. Let's make America great again. My ass. Donald Trump, all his shit is made over fucking seas. He's a bullshit artist. What is wrong with you people, man? You need to wake the fuck up.
So you're definitely the very few people who would continually say what's wrong with you people, because the majority of America voted for Donald Trump.
The majority of America didn't vote for Donald Trump. The majority of America. Let me tell you who voted for Donald Trump.
He didn't win the popular vote. Okay, so he didn't win the popular vote.
Yes, we did. That's a lie. Yes, we did. And let me tell you something else. I know for a fact that votes were suppressed in Chicago. Let me tell you something. You know what the guy said? One of the senators said, let me tell you something, man. I know what happened. Okay? He did not win this election. It was stolen. He didn't win it.
No, he won the election.
It was stolen.
He won the election.
Okay? He didn't win the popular vote because people aren't that fucking stupid. The same way George Bush Jr. didn't win. They had to go to the Supreme Court, and they decided to make him president because he didn't beat that other guy. So, cut it out, man. Stop with the lies and the propaganda. I know you watch Fox News. I know you read Breitbart, but those are all right-wing rags that fucking lie. Okay?
Okay, so here's what you only read. You only read independent journalists who give their opinion, which isn't valid. Okay, you go in and you don't even cite statistics. You cite how you feel and you cite what you thought. That's not true. That's not valid. Those aren't facts.
Man,
Okay?
everything I just now said to you, everything I just said to you was valid. Everything, and it's going to be on the news. It's going to be on the news that Putin hacked and interfered with our election process. Soon when he shows his fucking taxes, it's going to come out. He's in bed with Russia. Okay? That's not fucking citing what I feel. That's citing facts. When I said that the reason we're at odds with Russia is because they supplied the Vietnamese. Those were facts. And they put missiles in Cuba. That's facts. Stop it. When I said that his daughter is moving her company from China, to Ethiopia, that's facts. That's facts. Come on, man. I'm not citing what I feel. I know the man is a carnival barker.
You said you've been telling us all this stuff. You've been telling them all of these things for years now, and Donald Trump stole the election because there was voter fraud in Chicago.
Donald Trump is elected because he appealed to the lowest common denominator that always moves white people: hate. And that's what moves you. There was a guy there's a white guy who just got convicted of walking into a fucking church and killing 9 parishioners in a church.
That's messed up.
Okay, that is the pluribus unum of white people. You're hateful.
No, that's wrong.
You don't want to admit that what moves you and what keeps you motivated is hate. And that's
wrong.
The reason Donald Trump, all through the election, those people, these people, and why do you think that the KKK endorsed Donald Trump? David Duke endorsed. Let me tell you something, man. The KKK, he was speaking their language. That's wrong. He was speaking their language. So if you couldn't see it, then you got cotton in your ears. But I don't. What I do is I'm a critical thinker. I think, I look, and I see. Let me tell you something. We don't have people wearing white sheets anymore. We don't have Jim Crow. We have what you call Jim Crow Esquire. It was a guy by the name of Lee Atwater. He came up with this. He's doing it today. He came up with a system called the Southern Strategy. He was Ronald Reagan's campaign manager. And he said to the people, he said, I'm not a tactician. He said, but we can't talk about nigga, nigga, nigga no more. That hurts our brand. We got to say things like that we don't want forced busing, or we don't need these social programs. And he said, the fact of the matter is that when we do these things, it hurts blacks more than it does whites. So the housing crisis, when Bush crashed the fucking whole goddamn economy, more black people lost their homes than white people. It's called the Southern Strategy. We don't walk around. They don't have to call you a nigga no more and do that. They're more advanced now. They'll smile in your face. They'll smile in your face and say, well, we want to cut this school program. We want to cut Get Set. Well, guess what? My kids need Get Set. We want to cut this lunch program. We want to cut this after school program. Well, that hurts minorities more than it does white people, and white people know that, because white people really don't care about these things. They just want to hurt other people. See, remember this. So when welfare first came out, white people were getting welfare. When Social Security came out, white people were getting. What do you think the civil rights movement were fighting for? They were fighting for equal rights and equal justice under the law. And when white people found out that black guy getting it too, we're gonna call it welfare. But when white people were getting welfare, they called it public assistance. See, they throw a name on it. You change the name. You change the dynamic. You think that we don't see through the bullshit, but we do. Okay? Now it's welfare. When you got it, it was public assistance. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing how you're so young, but you don't know history. And see, I do. I know about Lee Atwater. I know about the Southern Strategy. I know that the black farmers didn't get subsidies and the white farmers did. Okay, so I know that. I know the history of this country. When you got here, you killed and murdered and gave the Indians smallpox, okay, and put them on a reservation. And to this day, you're still breaking treaties with them and trying to steal their land. I know that. I know what moves white people. Hate. You're hateful. And until you admit that, you'll never grow. And that's why Donald Trump is in office.
You're racist?
Because of your hate. Hey, I gotta get this phone to fucking work.
So you're racist?
Man, let me tell you something. I can't be a racist. So a lot of white people come up with that. You're a racist. No, if you know the term about racism, racism is an institution.
Nope.
Okay? Now what you can say, I can be prejudiced because everyone has prejudice, but I can't be racist because racism is, listen to me. Let me explain racism to you. Here's Allstate, right? Now, Allstate has insurance. Well, they redline the black community and say, we're going to charge these guys $400 a month. And on this line, we're going to charge these guys $200 a month. Racism is an institution. Everyone, young man, everyone has prejudice. I can be prejudiced. I can be resentful. But I can't be racist. Look it up.
I wouldn't agree everyone has prejudice. I wouldn't agree that everyone
I'm telling you that white people, we have a system. You have to understand something. We have a system of racism. It's not just, and so white people feel empowered by just means of their white skin. I'm entitled to this job. Fuck if this guy has a college education. I'm white. Okay? You know, we're finding out black history is not even discovered. You have a woman called Katherine Johnson doing 1961 when we were going to the moon. Do you know she was called a black computer? She actually wrote and set out the landscape and the numbers how to get to the moon. There were 18 of them, and we don't even write about them. See, because we don't know our history. And so when you keep right now today, there's a black man who is the head of NASA. There's a black man who created a black man created the rover. A black man created the refrigerator. The black man created the heart defibrillator. See, if you don't know your history, but see what we put on TV, you'll put some dumbass rapper up there talking about kill a nigga, smoke a fucking blunt, and that's all you say about black people. Well, that's not all black people. We're doctors, we're lawyers, we're teachers, we're firemen, we're police officers,
so then how is
we're longshoremen.
Okay? So how is the system against you? How is the system against you? You're talking about institutional racism, yet you're stating all of the good things and the things that African Americans have.
Right now, we're trying to bring that in. That institution was being weakened, and so we came up with let's take our country back because we got this black guy in office and he saved the country, saved all these white jobs, General Motors, the banks, saved them all, okay? But he's black, so we can't have this guy. Let's take our country back. Let's make our country great again. Let's make our country white again. You know the dog whistle. Don't act like you don't. Just be honest. We'll have a debate. Be honest about it. You know the dog whistle call. You know what he meant. You know what he meant. Let's make America great again. Well, guess what? America has always been great. It's always been a great nation.
That's wrong.
And guess what? This country has been rolling for the last 8 years. You didn't hear Wall Street cry. Listen to me. You didn't hear Wall Street cry not one bit. They were making so much money. Not one bit. Okay? I looked at my 401k. I looked at my annuity, and I said, well, damn. I got $8,000 in a quarter. The next quarter, I looked at it again. I said, damn, I got $6,000 this quarter. The next quarter, I never had a negative on it. Now, under George Bush, I wouldn't even open it up. I say negative 4,000, negative 5,000. Matter of fact, I got sick of opening the fucking thing up. That's how, because they were rating, and the man's about to rate me again. So guess what? I'm holding my pocketbook. Oh yeah, on my income tax, I got all my deductions. Okay, everything came out right. I'm about to be raped again because white people said that black people are progressing. We're doing good now. The Mexican is doing pretty good.
I would
so
disagree with that.
white people, they so hateful. They're willing to cut their own face just to see another man not make it. Let me give you a little illustration that one of the presidents of the United States said. I forgot his name. It either was Roosevelt or Lyndon Johnson. But he said this, and I'm going to quote him. He said, you can look it up. He says, if you can convince the lowest white man that he's better than the best black man, he won't know we're picking his pocket. If you give him a lot of black people to look down on, he'll empty his pocket. That's what's been happening to white people all this time.
Racism.
White people are about to get raped by Donald Trump.
That's
and
wrong.
Because they can call people a nigger, and you see them, nigger, Donald Trump said, and that's all white people want. They don't care about their house. They don't care about their kids going to college. White people, in all essence, I just want to be able to call him a nigger. That's all. That's all you really want. You don't care about a fucking job. You just want to call somebody a nigger. And as soon as Trump got in, we got more hate crimes. They've risen. More hate crime. Just now I had a woman, a black woman in New York was attacked. Was attacked by some white guy with her 16-year-old son, and she was attacked. The woman was a fucking New York police officer, and some white yahoo attacked her. Now you lucky that woman didn't have her fucking gun on her, because I'd have blew his fucking head off. Okay? I'm sure they got him. Okay, around the colleges, in high school, they're putting SWAT stickers on the wall. This is what Trump has created. What they say, hi Trump. The alt-right, which is another name for just the fucking KKK. The alt-right. So we're trying to legitimize racism now. Well, guess what? We're not going to legitimize it. Let me tell you something else. And in January 21st, if those 37 electorals don't, I hope they don't confirm this guy. If they don't, I want the so-called militia. I can't wait for the militia to rise up. Because believe me, I used to be a prison guard. My brother's a cop. We well armed. So you can rise up. Come to Philadelphia with nigga. And I guarantee you, you're going to be met with force, you racist bastard.
Come to Oklahoma and say what you're saying.
I said that the 37 electorals, we need 37 electorals to stop Donald Trump from being confirmed.
That was on December 19th, not January 21st, first off. Second off,
well, whatever.
My grandfather, who was also a prison guard, and he also served in the Army, and my other grandfather also served in the Army and was also a prison guard.
Well, my dad served Vietnam. My dad served Vietnam. My brother,
my older brother is in the Air
Gulf
Force.
War. Me, I was a prison guard. Okay, I quit and I got a better job. Okay, I got a better job. I got offered a better job.
Good, that's good. Well, hold on. So you're talking about racism, and you're naming all of these racist incidents. I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist. I don't walk around saying I'm not racist.
So what you're saying is that, are you one of those people that's saying that racism does not exist, huh?
I just said that racism does exist.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well,
so I just said racism does. But you're talking about only white people.
Through your guy, it's going to exist even more.
That's wrong.
Because he's bringing it out. He's bringing out the hate within people.
Wrong.
He's bringing out the lowest common denominator that's always instilled in white people.
The racial divide has never been worse than who's in power right now. The racial divide has never been worse than who's in power right now. President Obama, what has he done about it?
The racial divide is the resentment. That you had a qualified black man, okay, the editor of the Harvard Law Review, a genius, okay, that went into office and brought this country back.
He didn't.
From the brink of fucking, oh yes it did. He brought it back. He brought the country back from the brink of destruction. Let me tell you something. I saw my portfolio, and I was damn near fucking broke, man. My house wasn't worth shit, okay? The man did a magnanimous job. Donald Trump's coming in, and he's inheriting an economy that's moving forward. He's not inheriting no fucked up economy. He's in. Listen to me. I work for the ports of Philadelphia. Once the ports of Philadelphia is the trade industry. If trade is down, which means nobody's buying, when people stop buying, I don't have a job. Well, guess what? Trade is up because people have jobs, they're working, and they're buying shit. So Donald Trump's coming into a beautiful economy, okay? And guess what he's going to do with it? He's going to fuck it up. And I feel sorry for the 35 million people that have health insurance. You know, I feel sorry for grandma, okay? He wants to privatize her Medicare. I feel sorry for her because he wants to take that away from grandma.
Because Obamacare
he wants to take away people's Social Security. I feel sorry for those people.
Because Obama has ruined people's lives.
But guess what? You voted for that. Your dad voted for that.
He didn't vote for Obama.
But I guarantee you're going to have buyer's remorse.
Both of my parents didn't vote for Obama. Both of my parents voted for Mitt Romney.
You will have buyer's remorse. You're going to watch this. I guarantee you, you're going to have, you will have buyer's remorse in I give it a year. And when you see what this guy does, you're going to go, holy fucking shit. You know what he said? He said Hillary was so close to Wall Street. Well, guess what? He just now appointed the wolves to watch over the chickens. Okay? Here's a guy that not only set up the housing crisis and made Americans have those balloon mortgages and take their house, now he done put them in charge of the fucking Fed. Are you nuts? Are you nuts, Donald Trump? So that Donald Trump has to be stopped. And unfortunately, white people like you, who actually I think want to see the country fall because of your racism and your inadequacy.
We're not racist.
You want to see it fall. That's on you.
No.
I want this great country to survive because let me tell you something. Without the minds of the Chinese, the young Chinese guy, the young white guy, the young black guy, the young Mexican guy, the young Indian guy, we outdo all the other countries because we bring all these great minds together. And
if all of the minorities would stop whining because Donald Trump won, we could get something done.
Everything's been done. I'm doing fine.
Are you?
I'm here to tell you, my friend. Here's a couple paychecks.
Is he white? Okay? Is your friend white?
I'm gonna do the unthinkable.
Is your friend white?
I'm gonna do the unthinkable. I'm gonna do something for you that I usually don't do. Donald Trump, Barack Obama.
I'm not saying certain
what
people
the fuck do I need Donald Trump for? Huh?
I'm not saying. Okay, so I'm not saying that certain people didn't.
There's a paycheck right there for $1,300. Okay?
Congratulations.
I don't need Donald Trump to come in and fuck up my job.
He's not going to do that.
That's exactly what he wants to do.
No, that's not.
Barack Obama, I was on the right course right here. Doing good. Let me tell you something. Credit cards interest rates went down. Mortgage interest rates went down. Okay? This guy's about to fuck it all up. But you don't care.
That's wrong. Donald Trump, what his main purpose is right now is keeping these big companies like Ford and Chevy and all these.
He ain't gonna do shit. He ain't gonna do. What he gonna? He ain't gonna do nothing. He's lying to you.
With what
He's
evidence?
Not gonna build. What about Hillary? I'm gonna send Hillary to jail. He got right in front of y'all and said, "Yeah, I was just playing. I just wanted y'all vote."
He didn't say I was just playing.
Yes, he did.
No.
What about Hillary? He ain't gonna build no fucking wall.
I would probably do the exact same thing.
He ain't building a wall. Okay. And he's not keeping jobs. Carrier, they're still moving to Mexico, by the way. All right?
He can't stop.
All they did was blackmail him. All they did was blackmail him for another $7 billion in tax cuts.
That's not true.
Come on, man. The man ain't did shit. Again, you've been taken, hoodwinked, bamboozled. The old barnacle trick. But that's white people. See,
that's wrong.
Let me tell you something. Here's something I know for a long time. The way you can kill a white guy is to send another white guy. It's always been true. You can have a serial killer around you. I could be the guy coming to save you. You'll call the cops on me. And the killer about to blow your fucking head off. Because it's instilled in you, don't trust the other.
That's
See,
not true.
it's a part. Yes, it is.
No,
it's a
not.
part of your makeup. Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I have plenty of African Americans.
It's a part of your makeup. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't. I mean, where did you go to?
You don't know
African Americans do you know? How many houses have you went to? Now me myself, I'm in a union, so we're
Okay.
we're all union brothers.
I don't live. Okay,
You know?
so I don't live in a place where the African American rate is extremely high, especially in my school, because I live kind of in a rural area. So I have African American friends. You don't know anything about me. You don't know. I'm not racist, and I'm not.
Well, listen. Well,
my
listen. If
default,
you
like
can
you,
vote,
isn't
if you're
racism.
agreeing with Donald Trump, then what you're doing, your inner racism is coming out.
That's
How
wrong.
How can you say you're not racist when you're agreeing with a misogynist, a xenophobe, a homophobe, and a racist, and you vote for that?
With
How?
what evidence? With what evidence?
Explain that to me. How you can say you're not racist and you voted for that guy
How
who
is
is
he racist?
who is xenophobic, homophobic, okay, and racist,
Not homophobic.
and all the racists in this country backed him.
I can assure you that he's not
Why did
homophobic.
the racists? Let me tell you something.
Okay.
What did the racists in this country see in Donald Trump? Answer the question.
I don't know what to say to that.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you what they saw in
What
him.
did Black Lives Matter see in Hillary?
They heard the call.
What did Black Lives Matter see in Hillary? What did
Let's
Black
make
Lives Matter see in
America.
Hillary?
Let's make America great again.
What did Black Lives Matter see in Hillary?
We can't go around, raping black women and killing black children. So, we want to make America great again.
That doesn't
Let's
happen.
bring it back to the good old days. How we do that?
Okay,
Hey, listen, man.
So can you?
I gotta go. It's been beautiful. See you later. But
Good luck.
I like you, kid.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the good work.